Hello everyone and welcome back to W13 Universe. I'm your host Judge and you're watching Monday Night Raw. We are about 6 weeks away from the Royal Rumble.
The following handicap match is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring, representing weapons of mass destruction, standing 7 feet tall, weighing 441 pounds, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, the Big Show.
Last week, the Weapons of Mass Destruction and the WWE Champion JBL got a little bit stood up by the Clique in 6-man tag team action, and it was this man that suffered the pinfall. McMahon has said, I think you are on borrowed time right now, Big Show. I think you are failing me a little too much. And so tonight he has put the Big Show in a warm-up handicap match to try and get him back on his feet. So Big Show has got to fight 3 superstars in a 3-on-1 situation, because this will apparently help the Big Show out. Well, this is going to be an interesting way to kick off Monday nights, as obviously this is a really tough challenge for the Big Show. I know that clearly from the first man to make his way to the ring, maybe this is a little more stacked in the favor of the Big Show, but it's still a 3-on-1 handicap match, and obviously with the Big Show suffering losses at the moment, you know, that one-on-one loss to the Miz, suffering the pinfall loss in the 6-man tag last week on Raw. I think right now Big Show, he is struggling a little bit. You are starting to see a bit of an issue there. So I am curious to see if the Big Show can overcome the obstacle thrown his way tonight and perhaps maybe win back the respect of his boss. I can't believe I'm saying that. McMahon should just respect him to begin with, to be completely honest. Here comes Santino Marella's new friend and tag team partner, Zack Ryder. They are officially a part of the Monday Night Raw tag team division. Santino really went from one partner to another upon leaving ECW. But Team CoBro, as they are called, that's the name, Zack Ryder and Santino Marella, they are planning on having a better 2012 between the two of them. I guess pinning the World Tag Team Champion tonight would be a huge way to get that started, and it's an interesting partner for these two. Boy, the cheers are really flooding in tonight. These fans love everyone. Hunico coming down to the ring. He is going to be teaming up with Santino and Zack Ryder, CoBro. This is an interesting combo. Definitely one I don't feel like I've seen before. But, well, I mean, Hunico is someone who has really been finding, looking for opportunity on Raw. And I guess realistically teaming up with these guys, 3-on-1, a potential victory over a champion. I can see why all 3 of these cruiserweights sign up for this match. But I need to remind you that they are, in fact, cruiserweights. They are, definitely of the division that Heath Slater is the current champion of. I don't really feel like this is entirely a fair fight. I'm not even sure if these 3 combined are quite the weight of the Big Show. This is going to be an interesting match. Coming up tonight in our main event, we have got a very shocking pairing, once again made by McMahon, who was very upset with John Cena for losing the Intercontinental Championship. He says that although he is frustrated with The Miz and Justin Gabriel, he's disappointed in John Cena for slipping up and letting that loss happen. So tonight, John Cena is teaming up with a former enemy of his and a former ally, and I'm talking about Mark Henry. They are both members of the Authority, and they will be representing McMahon tonight in a tag team match against Justin Gabriel and The Miz. I'm very curious to see exactly how that plays out. As that is 2 people I can't see seeing eye to eye. But hey, I mean, stranger things have happened. Big Show quickly takes control of Santino Marella. I tell you, you do not want to be Santino Marella right now.
This has been a war. Santino's
Ken Shamrock completely absent from ringside, and it looks like Big Show challenging one of the other two to get in the ring. Santino throws Big Show into the corner. And yeah, there you go. There's a tag to his tag team partner. I gotta say, I'm not really surprised by Santino's choice of tag there. I do hope Hunico gets his shot. Maybe he can do some damage to the Big Show. And I remind you that Zack Ryder is a 4-time Cruiserweight champion. He does have success here in the WWE. I know that obviously this does feel like a pretty stacked deck for Big Show to be facing off against. In terms of, like, in favor of the Big Show, I mean, but Hunico from behind there. And now sends Big Show into the corner. And oh boy. Oh man. Hunico, you may not want to get involved. Oh my god, did he just chokeslam Zack Ryder onto Santino? That seems a little brutal, as, okay. Well, Big Show decided to let go there, as the referee was too busy counting Santino. I mean, that's the thing about a handicap match, is he's got to deal with all three of these guys. If Hunico has any intention of getting in that ring right now. I'm not entirely sure he's going to. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised to see that Shamrock isn't present in this match. Cover attempt, and that's it. Hunico tried to break it up, but it was too little too late. Big Show basically fighting Santino and Ryder 2-on-1. And he did pick up the victory. I wonder if that will be good enough for McMahon. Either way, Big Show does get a victory here tonight. He does show that he can still take on 3-on-1. He does still have it, at least in sense of who he just faced tonight. But I'm not trying to talk smack on Santino, Hunico, or Ryder. But they are a little different from the likes of who Big Show has stepped into the ring with lately, if you know what I'm saying. As we move towards our next match of the night, I'm racking my brain and I can't remember what it is. I'm just going to get straight to it. As we are back here on Raw, here comes a man who had the chance to become the King of the Ring 8 days ago, the King of the Ring pay-per-view. That didn't exactly go too great for him, but I do think it was impressive that he made it to the King of the Ring tournament, don't get me wrong. Jinder Mahal had a very quick loss in the tournament. I believe it was a first-round loss to Antonio Cesaro, who went on to make it to the finals. So in a way, Jinder Mahal, you know, he could have made it further depending on who he was up against, but here tonight he's going to be facing off against the Cruiserweight Champion Heath Slater. Should be an interesting one-on-one matchup, of course, a title that Jinder Mahal cannot pursue, but it can help him in the rankings here on Raw. And I'm very, very curious to see how this one plays out, actually. This should be a pretty good match. Well, yep, that is him, Heath Slater, the man you can regularly see. Well, I say regularly, he hasn't actually really competed on that too often yet, but that is Saturday night on Superstars. That is where you will primarily see that championship around his waist defended, except for this Sunday at TLC, where it will be defended against a SmackDown Superstar. That's right, the tertiary titles will be defended on brand exclusive pay-per-views. The way that that works basically is that they will still be defended at those pay-per-views, but it will be against the superstar from that respective brand to be determined. Coming up, I believe we've got a Cruiserweight Championship Contenders match this Friday. You don't want to miss that on SmackDown. The winner of that will face Heath Slater this Sunday, so he's got a double duty this week. But I don't think that's really going to slow down the one-man band. Heath Slater has been very passionate lately, and it's been great to see kind of this personal growth in Heath Slater that we've seen. I feel like he's really come into his own lately. We've seen a brand new superstar emerge, I think that initially when this guy first came into the business, a lot of people had the opinion he was going to live in the shadow of Justin Gabriel, a very established superstar in his own right. And although I'm happy to see Justin Gabriel find that success as Intercontinental Champion, of course Heath Slater right now the Cruiserweight Champion, he is definitely finding himself. I do wonder if it will ever see the core reunite, or even maybe face off. A good champion versus champion match is always appreciated. Heath Slater really getting in a lot of offense here on Jinder Mahal. Of course, Jinder's former tag team partner and his brother, the Great Khali, they went their separate ways after many losses in which Jinder Mahal blamed his brother, the Great Khali. We'll be seeing Great Khali in action again soon over on Saturday Night Superstars. I want to believe he has a match this Saturday on Superstars, but I can't quite remember. Sorry. Sick dick breaker. And there's that clothesline by Heath Slater on the seated Jinder Mahal. Jinder up to his feet. And he's getting a lot of offense in here. Coming up next, we've got Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels. That should be a very good matchup. Jericho has recently reached out online to the current World Tag Team Champion, The Big Show. He said, look, me and you have a lot of history, and I don't think that Shamrock or the Authority appreciate you like I do. You need to come back to me. Now, let's not forget, of course, that those two definitely had a bit of a bumpy past as far as I remember. So I don't know how much Big Show's going to trust that, but hey, I mean, that's someone trying to have his back. Not like Jericho was present in tonight's handicap match, although in the end, I guess Big Show didn't need it.
With Heath Slater. Well, yeah, I'm one of them. This guy's got great instincts in the ring. Nice counter right there by this young man.
Rumor has it that John Cena. Oh, here comes Jericho now. What is he doing out here? Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense actually. The former Cruiserweight Champion setting his sights on Heath Slater. I was gonna say, apparently there's been a lot of people trying to get to John Cena lately. His locker room has been completely sealed off tonight, but McMahon has been furious as he has wanted to exchange words with John Cena heading into tonight's tag team main event with Mark Henry. I think there's a lot of questioning on whether or not John Cena is truly going to be willing to team up with John Cena tonight. Is that going to be enough to get the job done? Heath Slater shoulders down for Jinder Mahal, and that is it. Well, you hate to see it for Jinder Mahal, but you love to see it for Heath Slater. Heath Slater picking up another victory here tonight, and I guess it's safe to say Jericho is not finished with his former glory, the Cruiserweight Championship, based on that interference. Nonetheless, Heath Slater picks up an important victory to continue his success as Cruiserweight Champion. As we move towards our next match of the night, as you saw moments ago, Chris Jericho, he will be in action as he faces off against the #1 contender to the WWE Championship, Shawn Michaels. Well, there he is, Chris Jericho, former WWE Tag Team Champion, former Cruiserweight Champion. We saw him moments ago interfering in Heath Slater's matchup. Tried to cause the distraction, but wasn't able to cost Heath Slater the win regardless. Now he comes down to the ring for his own singles competition. And he's going to be going toe-to-toe with the Heartbreak Kid, the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, Shawn Michaels. This is such a big fight feel. This is going to be, I think, a fantastic match. Michaels and Jericho, one-on-one. And we wait. I went quiet for a moment because I was like, well, Shawn's about to come out. I don't want to, like, talk over it. And then he didn't for quite a while.
Approaching the ring, representing the Click in San Antonio, Texas, weighing 227 pounds, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels says he kicked off 2010 by winning the WWE Championship. We're now coming up to the start of 2012, and this man has not won a championship in singles competition since then. It is time for change. It is time for a two-time WWE champion. We'll see if Shawn Michaels can dethrone JBL in 2 weeks' time, Christmas Day special edition of Monday Night Raw. Here tonight, this is going to be an important matchup against Chris Jericho. I mean, if he can't defeat Jericho tonight, what hope does he have of beating JBL in 2 weeks' time? We saw the last time Michaels faced off with JBL, he suffered that hard loss to the WWE Champion. Coming up next, we've got a great matchup for you. Well, I say great. I don't know about great, actually, to be completely honest. We have Stephanie McMahon back in action. She is set to face off against the current reigning Divas Champion, Lita. Take a wild guess who booked this match.
Michaels controlling the arm.
Michaels getting very quick control of Chris Jericho. Kick this one off.
And the knuckles connect.
Jericho, I think, really struggling to keep up with Shawn Michaels from the beginning here.
Elbow to the bridge of the nose.
That's the thing, is he's the number one contender to the WWE Championship. He's going to want to do the best he can in pretty much any given situation. He's going to keep that momentum riding. Last week, he picked up a major victory over the Big Show as the Click defeated the WMD and JBL.
Shot with the elbow.
That's a major, major victory for the Click. They are going to be both groups there. Shawn Michaels against JBL and X-Pac and Nash against WMD. Those will both coming your way in 2 weeks' time on Raw. It's going to be really important that we see the best out of the Click that we can.
Oh gosh, careful.
Jericho starting things off a little hot here as he takes Jericho to the top rope. And this could be a very, impactful superplex in this matchup. That could really have changed the pace of this match, which started off all Shawn Michaels. Let's not forget Jericho, another man, like Jinder Mahal earlier tonight, who competed in the King of the Ring tournament. Got a cheap count-out victory over Wade Barrett before eventually losing to Antonio Cesaro, who, as I mentioned before, with Jinder Mahal, went all the way to the finals before losing to Sheamus.
Another stiff kick. After all of these shots to the head, I've got a feeling
Hopefully we'll see Antonio back in action on Raw here soon. He's not out with an injury right now. I guess there's just not really been a lot of room for him to compete here on Raw. Of course, with the Royal Rumble coming your way in about 6 weeks' time, you never know. We could be seeing a lot of Antonio Cesaro as the third man to have ever won the Royal Rumble. I want to say, is third right? Yeah, this is WrestleMania 3 looking up to. Cross body there by Shawn Michaels. Got the best of Chris Jericho with that one. And Michaels is absolutely reeling right now. He is getting Jericho from all angles. And there's the elbow drop. Could be it for Jericho already. Ooh. He needs to get back into this one. There you go. Jericho putting Shawn Michaels' winning combination to rest there. Honestly, couldn't have come sooner for Jericho. He really needed to turn things around. As Shawn Michaels, you've got to think with that elbow drop, that's normally the beginning of the end in these kind of matches. And I don't think Jericho wanted to lose just yet. Well, I don't think Jericho wanted to lose at all.
Michaels, what physicality. He's putting those educated feet to good use.
Oh, they have such smart feet, let me tell you.
Another shot with the boot.
Jericho once again corners Michaels, but Jericho with a reversal there as Michaels comes back out of the corner. Shoves off Jericho.
The injury to Shawn Michaels' back has been well documented, and that back has been heavily targeted in this match.
Nice drop kick by Chris Jericho. Now coming off the ropes with a crossbody. And Jericho now going to try and force a submission out of Shawn Michaels. Michaels really not the kind to tap out very easily, I'd imagine. There's a lot of fighting spirit in Shawn Michaels, but he is dead center of the ring. That is definitely the place to pull off the walls of Jericho. We could see a tap out here. I believe it was the walls of Jericho that recently won Jericho a match, I want to say. A very important match. Maybe even the qualifier for King of the Ring. Jericho able to fight back. Catches Shawn Michaels. Michaels now set up on the top. What is Jericho doing? Getting a oh my god!
Jericho knows how to get under his opponent's skin like no other superstar.
And now Jericho over the ropes. And this one has really turned against Shawn Michaels. Michaels may need to snap back into this match. He was starting off so strongly. There you go. So before he did start off incredibly strong in this match. Unfortunately for him, things really seem to go downhill as of late. Michaels now looking to maybe finish Jericho off here with the sweet chin music. And he got him. Oh, wow. Look at the cut on Chris Jericho's forehead from that one. He must have really caught him. Cover attempt here by the contender, and there you go. Shawn Michaels picks up a very important victory on the road to Christmas Day. Just 2 weeks to go. Next week is his final obstacle before he meets JBL for the WWE Championship. And we now have just one more match before our major tag team main event. And that is Stephanie McMahon going toe-to-toe with the Divas champion Lita. I'm going to have to say, good luck, Steph. You're going to need it. Lita has been on a roll as of late. I don't imagine this is going to be too easy of a match for Stephanie. But unfortunately, as much as I hate counting some out, I think this is going to be a very easy match for Lita. Look, John, all I'm trying to say is I've been in your position before. I know exactly what's going down out there. You go into that ring tonight, you're going to regret it. Listen to me. Look, Rock, I don't need your help. I don't trust you, and I'm not on your side. I'm not going to take your help tonight. I'm going down to that ring, and no matter what happens, I don't want to see you or anyone else come down to that ring either. Alright, you just be careful, Cena. We got your back, trust me on this one. But I'm telling you, be careful. Well, it looks like someone was able to find The Rock tonight. I mean, find Cena tonight. Wow. Well, I tell you, it's an interesting situation developing there. Clearly, The Rock showing some concern. I mean, he's not wrong. He has been in Cena's position before. He's been on thin ice with McMahon. He saw exactly how that turned out. The Rock was handing out title shots as he was trying to become a more respectable champion. And McMahon very quickly flipped the switch on The Rock, making JBL come over to Raw. Well, making a deal with JBL, or he didn't make him come over to Raw. Bringing JBL over to Raw, having him double cross, having him take the title away from The Rock. Yeah, I think The Rock may be onto something to say that Cena's got to watch his back tonight, and it's kind of rare to see The Rock give a damn about anybody else. But the fatal thing there that you're really going to want to bear in mind is we all got a good look at who was listening in on that conversation. The reason Cena's locker room had been completely inaccessible is because he wasn't in it. Cena off speaking to The Rock. Very curious about tonight's main event. It's going to be an interesting situation. As I said before, Cena and Mark Henry, they have really had their issues back on SmackDown. I can't imagine that those two are going to get along too great tonight in the main event. Well, here we go. Lita, the Divas Champion, set to face off against Stephanie McMahon, non-title, thankfully. At least McMahon wasn't handed another title shot. I think Stephanie is someone who really needs to up her game, to be completely honest. I'm not saying I think she's a limited competitor or anything. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people aren't fans of Stephanie McMahon. I think there is potential there to be a great superstar, much like Shane McMahon. I just think that, unfortunately, with their father as the general manager in control of the brand they're on, I think that there's always going to be that feeling of nepotism, especially fed into when you take a look at a match like this, and you think to yourself, now why is Stephanie McMahon the one that is facing Lita tonight? I think we all know. I don't think this is going to be doing Stephanie any good tonight in terms of better getting her feet off the ground as an active competitor on Monday nights. And in a way, at what point is Stephanie going to be able to say, look, Dad, your help isn't actually helping me? Because look at this. Lita is just annihilating Stephanie McMahon, and I can't say I'm surprised. Well, that's a smart move there by Stephanie. And looks like that didn't last too long. Moonsault by the Divas Champion. Cover attempt here, and already the Divas Champ defeats Stephanie. I don't know what we were all expecting tonight. Pretty much that is what I was expecting, personally. I said before, it's not meant with any disrespect towards Stephanie McMahon's talents, but I don't think that constantly projecting her to the championship status like this is doing her any favors. Well, Lita is victorious once again here on Raw. The Divas Champion had the torch passed down from Beth Phoenix, and I think that goes to show just how great Lita's potential is here. But we now move forward. It is main event time. John Cena set to team up with Mark Henry as they face off against the Intercontinental Champion Justin Gabriel and The Miz. Well, here he comes, the former Intercontinental Champion. It was considered one of the biggest upsets ever last week on Raw. You heard it straight out of the horse's mouth. No matter what goes down tonight, John Cena doesn't want any help from anyone. He is potentially open to the idea that this is a setup. John Cena is able to admit that, but he doesn't want anyone coming to his aid no matter what happens. I don't know if that's bold or stupid. I think honestly it's a little stupid. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Well, here he comes, John Cena's tag team partner tonight. What is a stacked main event? Cena and Henry teaming up for the... Oh, hang on a minute. Henry from behind. Cena turn around and... Oh, no. Well, The Rock predicted this. Henry attacking Cena from behind, and I think a lot of people saw this coming, but is The Rock going to respect Cena's wishes? He said, keep out of this. This is my situation, and I'm going to handle it. We'll see just how well that ends up going down. This is not a situation anyone wants to be in, John Cena has dealt with Mark Henry before. He knows how lethal this guy can be.
Well, he may be made of flesh and blood.
This is a very concerning situation right here, as it once again, that abuse of power from McMahon, clearly overhearing that situation, set a little bit of fear in McMahon's eyes, and he doesn't even want to acknowledge the idea of Cena abandoning the authority. Ooh. Mark Henry splashing down on John Cena as he now locks in this submission hold. I mean, this is not a standardized match. This is not a one-on-one situation. John Cena has been brutally attacked from behind, and he is still getting up. Oh boy, the referee is powerless. What do you do when the boss is literally the one that probably encouraged this very attack? This is awful. This is absolutely awful. Henry, oh no. Okay. Whew.
Wow, what a sequence.
Send Cena off the ropes. Oh, there you go. Cena up to his feet, and Mark Henry now gonna deliver the world's strongest slam to the man that I would assume has quite clearly been kicked out of the authority. Now, I can only imagine that that is the man that is going to be taking away Justin Gabriel's championship rematch. John Cena's championship rematch with Justin Gabriel on December 25th. And I gotta say, I do not like Justin Gabriel's chances if that is what he is up against for the Intercontinental title on Christmas Day. Mark Henry has just disposed of John Cena. I don't know why these fans are cheering right now, but nonetheless, Mark Henry has made it abundantly clear where his loyalties lie, as has Mr. McMahon. John Cena is out, Mark Henry is definitely still in. Thank you all for watching this episode of Raw. Make sure to tune in to that massive episode of Raw coming your way in 2 weeks' time. But for now, I'll see you guys next week.